got him. Don't you guys know the sheriff that's over the Nolan Wells case? We got him, baby. We ran down on him and we asked some questions. And I want you guys to watch this video of this sheriff. I mean, he was just so disgusted looking at this black woman. It was just like he didn't help, he didn't give no information. He was just so nasty. You should see how he was looking at this black woman, how he was talking to this black woman. It was so disrespectful and embarrassing. And to think that this is what Mississippi hired to help Mississippians. Nolan Wells is a Mississippian. He's one of y'all Mississippians. But it looked like Mississippi do not treat everybody equally. All right. I want you guys to watch this clip. Afterwards, I give my commentary and I want to know your thoughts about this. All right. So let's bring this guy up here and let's roll the footage.
As more media begins circulating, it does appear that Ledbetter's early statement continues to bite him back. On Wednesday, immediately following the release of Wells's independent autopsy, a reporter from New Orleans' WDSU would ambush Ledbetter with questions about the case, the independent autopsy, and if he can provide any new information.
Sheriff, can I ask you a quick question really quickly? Can I ask you a question? I'm Chantel with WDSU in New Orleans. I came up here 2 weeks ago to meet with you, but I think y'all were in and out of meetings about the Wells case, and then they told me eventually you just weren't able to come out. So that was like July 8th. So I'm back now, wondering if you guys will be releasing any more details concerning the case. The last thing I saw on your social media was on July 8th, the same day. So any extra details? Did they just get the independent autopsy results today? Anything that you can give us?
Not at this time.
Okay, so y'all are no longer answering questions about the case?
Yeah. I know you're going to try to get some edited footage, but
no, I'm just asking. I'm just confirming.
That's all we're saying. We're actively investigating.
Thank you. My name is Chantel. We're from New Orleans, WDSU News. Okay. Yeah.
It's still actively being investigated.
Again, this was from the press conference this morning. When mom.
Hold on. I got to stop it for a minute. Why he's so paranoid? Oh, you're trying to edit like somebody's trying to get him in a oopsie daisy. Can't nobody get the sheriff of the oopsie daisy. You are the man of the truth. You know, what you say is law. You've been working on this case for how many weeks? And you can't tell us nothing? What are y'all doing all day? Trying to figure out how you're going to cover it up? I mean, he looked at her like the enemy, you know, and it shouldn't be like that. When you're a sheriff, you know, you are the law. You're going to tell your people of Mississippi what's going on with their Mississippian, because a Mississippian, Nolan Wells, was unalived. So other Mississippians and Americans want to know, Nolan Wells was an American, right? All right. Let us know what's going on with the mayor. Y'all keep on saying Americans first. Clearly not first when you're being unalive in Mississippi. Why 3 white boys, Americans ain't first, because Nolan Wells is an American. All right. So are y'all catching this? What's up? Comment. I want to know what y'all thoughts about this is.
Said that y'all were saying there was no foul play in the beginning, but now this, has anything changed since then at all, or?
Like I said, we're actively investigating the case. It's still active, ongoing.
The state medical examiner did not release their report right at this time.
If I were you, I'd check with the district attorney's office too. As far as I know, and you don't have to publish that. That's going through the district attorney's office. That's not. We don't do that. That's state medical examiner.
Now, the moment.
Ooh, honey, I'm telling you. The day when the sheriff is your enemy, you know it's sad. You know it's sad. The day where your own sheriff is your enemy, honey. Y'all look at this man's face. Can y'all look? I'm not even going to front with y'all. When I tell you, I watched this video of this sheriff, John Ledbetter, getting ambushed by a reporter from New Orleans. And what's going on with the Mississippi reporters? Why is it a reporter from New Orleans that's trying to figure out what's going on with a Black American? What's going on with the Mississippi reporters? But thank you for the New Orleans reporter. A New Orleans reporter, and that man's face went from run this town to oh shit, they done found out. In 0.5 seconds, honey, when I tell you that smirk on his face told the whole story before his mouth even opened. I'm talking about the same smirk you see on a man who just got caught with his hands in the cookie jar and still trying to act like he don't know where the cookies went, right? That I'm guilty and I know I'm guilty, but I'm going to act like I don't know type of smirk. Did y'all see that man's face? The face told it all. The face right there. And look, I ain't even going to say what race this man is. You see he is. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it white. Okay? Y'all already know what race that man is. Okay? That face been on every sheriff in every town in Mississippi since 1965. It's the same face, the same energy, same we run things around here, little girl energy. But here's the thing. This is the little girl from WDSU in New Orleans. She wasn't having it. And can we give a big thank you for this Black woman? Because that's very brave of her to go to Mississippi, and you know what type of state that is, and to approach this sheriff, and you know what type of man he is. Shout out for the Black woman for being so brave. But honey, she walked right up to him. Sheriff, can I ask you a question? And this man looked at her, and she just looked at her like she just spoke Chinese. Not at this time. Not at this time. Not at this time, Sheriff. Sir, you had all the time in the world to get on TV 2 hours after they pulled that boy's body out the water and declare no foul play suspected, right? You had time then, didn't you? You had time to run your mouth before one autopsy was done, before one toxicology report came back, but before you even knew what had happened to that child. You were out here doing press conference talking about we don't suspect foul play. Do y'all remember that? Press 3 if y'all remember that. But now you ain't got time for a Black reporter? You ain't got time for a Black sister? You ain't got time? Now it's an active investigation and you can't say nothing. Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a bitch? Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. Because when I tell you the same mouth that was running a mile a minute on July the 6th is the same mouth that suddenly got real quiet on July the 23rd. And y'all want to know why? Do y'all want to know why? Press 3 if you want to know why. Actively investigating. Active, ongoing investigation. That's all he got. That's all he got. Like a broken record. Like a man who memorized 3 sentences. That's his whole defense. But let me remind y'all what he said before. Let me remind y'all what Sheriff John Ledbetter said on July the 6th before any autopsy, before any independent investigation, before Benjamin Crump even got involved. He said, and I quote, "I don't suspect any foul play." Let that sink in, y'all. Let that sink in all the way in. Black boy, 18 years old, found dead in the water of Horn Island, body recovered, and the sheriff, the man in charge of the investigation, got on cameras and declared no foul play before the medical examiner even touches the body. Not, we investigating. Not, we're waiting for the autopsy. Not, we can't comment at this time. No. He said it with his chest out. He said, no foul play. Like he was there. Like he saw what happened to Nolan. Like he just knew. And now that the independent autopsy came back, now that Dr. Roger Mitchell, a whole forensics pathologist, examined that body and found that his throat was missing, now that it was a reddish discoloration on the back of Nolan Wells' head that don't make sense for no accidental drowning. Now it's an active investigation and I can't comment? That's not going to fly with me. That's not going to fly with me, and y'all know it. Y'all know I don't play it. Because here's what the independent autopsy found. And I'm going to break this down real simple for the people in the back who ain't been keeping up. Number one, the cause of death is undetermined. Not drowning. Hashtag he did not drown. He did not drown. It was not accidental. Undermine. Okay? That means they don't know. That means the drowning narrative that Ledbetter was pushing, he was pushing fake narratives. That ain't confirmed, okay? Yeah, undermine. Number two, the interior structure of Nolan's neck, his throat, was not returned with the body for the second autopsy. It was missing. The Mississippi State medical examiner kept his neck, kept it like it was a souvenir or something, like it was evidence they did not want nobody else to see. It's evidence in that throat. They don't want nobody to see. They want that throat to, you know what I'm saying, all the time, so you won't be able to see what's really going on, just like they did with that body. Held that body 6 days. Let me tell you, number three, there was noticeable reddish discoloration on the back of Nolan's head, y'all. And now, I'm not no doctor. I ain't no forensic pathologist, but I know what a blow to the head looks like, man. I know what that looks like. Come on now. Press 7 if you felt like that was a blow to Nolan's head. Come on. What do y'all think? Hello? Do y'all think that was a blow to Nolan's head? I want to know what y'all think. Put it in the comment right now. Because, honey, I think so. I pretty much know so. Yeah. Okay, I know what that means. When a body got marks that don't match the story they trying to tell, I know what that means. And let me tell y'all something else. Dr. Judy, honey, a board-certified forensics pathologist who has done 100 of autopsies. Child, she watched that press conference. She said the same thing I'm saying, y'all. She said the structure, integrity of the neck should be intact unless there were severe trauma. She said if the neck is missing, we need to know why. She said, and I'm quoting her exact words, she says, in my humblest opinion, he was murdered. Murdered, not drowned, murdered. And this sheriff, Ledbetter, he out here acting like he don't know nothing. Like he ain't got no damn answers. Like he ain't the same man who was just running his mouth 2 weeks ago. Get on my nerves, y'all. Now look, I ain't trying to tell y'all. I don't just talk, okay? I read too. I read. And I be reading what y'all be saying in the comments because y'all be seeing the signs I don't. Y'all be connecting the dots I don't even be thinking of, y'all. So let me tell y'all what some of the gutter rats is saying about Sheriff Ledbetter situation. Honey, one commenter said it. He looked very confused to be a sheriff. Do y'all agree with that comment? Press 2 if you agree with that comment. They said he looked so damn confused being a sheriff. And I'm like, confused? No, I don't see confused. That ain't confusion to me, honey. You know what that is? That's guilt. That's guilt eating his ass up. That's a man who know he done fucked up and don't know how to unfuck the fuck up. Hello? Yeah, he don't know how to undo that. Another one said the sheriff definitely have a pointed white hat. Oh my God. Woo! You know he got a pointed white hat. If you get my meaning, and y'all, honey, y'all ain't even got to explain that one. Y'all already know what that means. You know, if you know, okay? Then, honey, the one that said this, they said, look at that smirk on his face. It tells it all. He definitely knows the truth. And I got over 261 likes on that comment. And 261 people looked at that man's face and said the same damn thing that I saw. That ain't no coincidence. And my favorite one, my absolute favorite, the sheriff's name is John Ledbetter. It should be John Ledbetter. Oh my God, now that's a good one. John Ledbetter. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. That one took me out. John, we gotta call his ass John Ledbetter. But it's the truth though, John Ledbetter. Okay? Then you got people asking real questions too, y'all. Like this one. Why is his body in pieces and not in whole? What part has his body? One part has his body, then the other has his throat. What the fuck is going on here? And I'm asking the same thing. Why is a body being sent for a second autopsy? And the most important parts, the part that would tell us if he was strangled, the part that would tell us if he was choked, if somebody put hands on his neck, why is that part missing, y'all? And you know we wanted that part. Why is that part missing? And then you got the comments that said this. It's missing because people know that they would tell how he was murdered. Oh, see, that's what we talking about. Yeah. I ain't never heard it called that, but honey, I'm going to steal it. That child, when I tell you, because that's exactly what this is. They are not transparent. Honey, it's corruption. We see it right through it. We can see that they hiding something. Press 7 if they hiding something. You feel like they hiding something? I do. We can see that they don't want the truth to come out. Yeah, they don't want it to come out. We can see that Sheriff Ledbetter was trying to close this case before it even opened, y'all. And then they got the one that really got me. That one that said, better hope they would have switched out the Nolan's throat for another deceased body. Damn. They said they better hope they don't switch out Nolan's throat for another dead body, y'all. Woo! When I read that, my stomach just dropped because that's not even a crazy thought no more. With all this AI and shit going around, they would do some shit like that, honey. That ain't no conspiracy theory. That's a real possibility. When you're dealing with Mississippi, when you're dealing with a system that's been covering up shit, covering up Black death since before any of us was born. Let's be real now. Now, I know some of y'all in the comments be like, y'all just speculating. Y'all don't know what's happening. So let me hit y'all with the science. Let me hit y'all with the actual doctor said, okay? Now, Dr. Judy, again, board certified forensics pathologist, she done 100 of autopsies, y'all. She done broke this shit down real simple. She said drowning is what's called a diagnosis of exclusion. That means you got to rule out everything else before you can say it was a drowning. And here's the thing. If somebody is strangled, then thrown in the water, the cause of death is strangulation, not drowning. If somebody is shot, then thrown in the water, the cause of death is the gunshot, not drowning. If somebody is hit in the head and then thrown in the water, the cause of death is head trauma, not drowning. So when they say the cause of death is undetermined, that means they cannot rule out foul play. They cannot rule out that somebody hurt that boy before he hit the water. They cannot rule out that this was a murder. They cannot rule that out. And then she said something that really stuck with me. She said the neck block, the front part of the neck was missing. And she explained why that is so important. Because if somebody was strangled, especially manual with their hands strangled, meaning somebody put their hands on his neck and the injuries are going to be to the front of the neck. You know what I'm saying? That thigh or bone, that the strap muscles, okay? The airway, all of that. And the neck block, the same neck block that Mississippi State Medical Examiner decided to keep. The same neck block that wasn't released with the body for an independent autopsy. And she said, honey, and this is important. She said it's uncommon for a medical examiner to retain all that, specimens. You know what I'm saying? They do it for further examination. They do it for evidence. But, and this is a big but, we don't know why it was retained. We don't know. They didn't give us no explanation. We don't know if it was kept because it was negative or it was kept because it has findings, because there are broken bone, because there are hemorrhage in the strap muscles, because there are evidence in the strangulation. They have yet to tell us exactly why. Now, you have a lot of people out here speculating. That's all they do, speculating, saying, well, they will hold it back because of X, Y, and Z. But did the people say they held it back because of X, Y, and Z? Hell no. Okay? And honey, we look, we won't know until the first autopsy report comes back. The one that Mississippi State Medical Examiner did, the one that they still ain't released yet. And honey, here's the kicker. The Dr. Judy, she said the medical examiner autopsy is legally mandated. It's the most important autopsy because it's not beholden to the family, not beholden to the prosecutor, not beholden to the police. It's an independent agency. So why they holding back, y'all? Why? Why they ain't releasing that first report? Why they keeping that neck block? Why they letting this case sit in limbo while a family grieves and a community demands answers? I tell you why. I would tell you why, honey, because they got something to hide. I've been telling your ass that. How many times I got to tell you? They got something to hide because the truth ain't convenient. Because if the first autopsy show what we all think it shows, that Nolan Wells was murdered, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, hell gonna break loose, y'all. Oh, hell gonna break loose. And then they gotta arrest somebody. Uh-oh. They gotta investigate. Ooh-wee. And honey, you know the election this year, the prime, all them voting and shit. Honey, it's a lot going on. Politics involved in this. They got to answer for why they tried to sweep this shit under the rug from day one. They got to answer for that. Whew. Actively investigating. You know what that sounds like to me, actively investigating. I'll tell you what it sounds like. That sounds like a man stalling. That's what it sounds like. That sounds like a man hoping we get tired. That sounds like a man thinking if he just stays quiet long enough, honey, we gonna move on to the next story. See, they want us to move on to David. That's what they want us to do. They want us to focus on the black man, David. That's what they want, but we ain't gonna do that, honey. They want us to forget about Nolan Wells. They want us to forget about that missing throat. They hoping we'll forget about that smirk on this sheriff's face. But I got news for y'all. But I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you. And I'm looking dead in the camera when I say this, honey. We ain't forgetting. We ain't moving on. We ain't letting this die down. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week, not ever. Because Nolan Wells was somebody's child. He was somebody's son. He was somebody's brother. He was somebody's friend, and he deserves better than this. He deserves better than a sheriff who decided and declared no foul play before the body was even cold. He deserves better than a medical examiner who sends a body for a second autopsy minus the most important parts. He deserves better than a system that's been protecting the guilty and punishing the innocent since before any of us drew breath, okay? And y'all, I need y'all to understand something. This ain't just about Nolan Wells. This is about every black child who goes missing and the police do not care. This is about every black body that turns up and they call it an accident before they even look. This is about every time they told us no foul play and we found out later it was a damn murder. This is about Mississippi. This is about Horns Island. This is about a system that was built to protect a system that was built to protect us from them, but ended up protecting them from us. This is about a sheriff who looked a reporter in the face and smirked while a family grieved. This is about a medical examiner who kept a dead boy's throat like it was evidence in a game they playing. And honey, I'm going to keep saying it until y'all hear me. The neck don't go missing by accident. The neck don't go missing by accident. The throat don't just not get returned. Somebody made a choice. Somebody made a decision. Somebody looked at that body and said, no, bring that here, bring it back. No, we gonna keep this neck. No, we keeping this part right here. And I want to know why. I want Benjamin Crump to know why. I want the family to know why. I want everybody watching this to know why. Because until we get that answer from Mississippi, until we get that first autopsy report from Mississippi, until we get that net block back from Mississippi, until we get somebody in handcuffs in Mississippi, this case is open, this case is active, and this case is far from over. So Sheriff Ledbetter, you better keep smirking. Honey, you can keep saying active investigation. You can keep dodging reporters and hiding behind your badge, but we watching your ass. We waiting, and we ain't going nowhere. Justice for Nolan Wells, justice for every name they tried to bury, and justice for every family they tried to silence. All right?